Hi boys and girls, today I'm going to show you how to draw a Laurel Burch cat. Laurel Burch's cats have a very distinct body shape. It's rounded on one side and straight on the other and has lots of patterns and designs. Let's get started. What I'd like you to do first is at the top of your page, I'd like you to take your marker or your pencil and just draw a big wavy line that looks something like this. It looks like a W but without the middle part coming up. Next, what I'd like you to do is on one of those sides, put your marker or your pencil and come in with a slight diagonal. And then on the other side where you came up, do another diagonal going towards the inside. Once you've done that, put your marker at the end of that line and connect those two lines. That's going to be the shape of the head. Next, at the bottom of that face, do a small V right in the middle. At the top of those V's, just a short line coming up on one side and a short line coming up on the other side. That's the beginning of the nose. Put your marker or your pencil at the top of one of those lines and just drag it across to the side and stop. Do the same thing on the other side. Put your marker or your pen at the top of that line and just drag it across to the side and stop. Now go back to the side on one side where you drew that line. Put your marker on top of that. Just bring it over to the corner at the top of that straight line. If at any time you need to stop the video and rewind, that's perfectly fine. For the other eye, put your marker or your pencil where you drew that line and come over and up to the top of that straight line. You now have the eyes. In the middle of one eye, draw a straight line, and in the middle of the other, draw a straight line. So you have two kind of narrow pupils. If you want to widen them, just go on either side and make it a little wider. The next thing you can do is just do a curved line on one side and a curve on the other. You're giving the eye roundness. Okay? Next, you can go to either one of those ears and make a small triangle on the inside. And now we need whiskers. So I like to draw or make about 3 dots on each side of the nose. And then where those dots are, I'm putting my marker and coming out way past the face because cats have nice long whiskers. I'm going to go to this dot, come out, this dot, come out, and that dot come out. At the bottom here, just draw a small letter U. Now, again, as a reminder, Laurel Burch's cats, they're rounded on one side and straight on the other. So what I'd like you to do is, coming down from the bottom of the face, do a straight line coming down on one side. And then I'd like you to go a little bit higher, maybe near the eye or above the eye, and just do a curved line coming down. So we have the rounded body on one side and the straight line on the other side. Next, I'd like you to touch that straight line on one side and just move your finger over a little bit, somewhere in the middle, and draw another straight line coming down. Then take your finger, move it over from that line, and come down again with a straight line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Now I want you to touch that long straight line again, and at the bottom of it, put your marker or your pencil, curve it slightly, and touch that line next to it at the bottom. Then put your finger on that line where you just drew the curve. Put your marker there, curve it again, and touch that second line. So you have the two paws or the two legs over there. Now you have an open gap here. Just take your marker or your pen and connect it to that paw. And you have the body. Now again, remember for the tail, Laurel Burch likes to curl the tail right on top of the body. So what I'm going to do next is put my marker or my pencil right on that curve and just come up, and I'm almost just making the letter S. You can make any curve you want, but that's a little too thin. So I'm going to go back to the side of the body. I'm going to move my pen over, and I'm just going to follow that curve all the way around and stop. But I want to connect those two lines, so I'm just going to do just a little U. And I've made my curved tail. Now, just as a reminder, Laurel Burch does lots of cool, interesting patterns. I see flowers and leaves and circles. Here I see stripes, and it's just so colorful. Here's Laurel Burch in front of some of the cat faces that she has made. And you can see they're so colorful. And she's even wearing a vest with the cat designs. Here's another cat, so colorful. This one has triangles. I think I'm going to start by adding some flowers. I'm going to do circles all over. And then just do some bumpy lines around those circles. And you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do flowers. You can do whatever designs you want. Over here, I'm going to add a half circle and some bumps. Another half circle and bumps because I only see maybe part of the flower. And if you have colored pencils or crayons or even markers, if your paper's a little thicker, you might want to try using paints if you have some watercolors or some other kinds of paints. I might even add some tiger stripes, which are just triangles, to my cat over here. Maybe some tiger stripes again, which are triangles on the tail. And I want to add some color. I think I'll make my flowers purple, but I don't have to make them purple. I can make them any single color I want. And I know you want to get started coloring yours. And let me show you my finished one, which I have right over here. So I want you to have a good time doing this. I'd love to see your cats. You can email me, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye now.